Good morning. That's certainly very energetic. Alright, should be enough of that for now. Hey, good morning, What Letters. How's it going? So, a little while ago, I built this view into excluded clips. Yeah, there's that. And then discovered, let me see if I can actually bring this up here. It's probably a little noisy. That if I actually do the manage view on this, you can't scroll in OBS embedded views. So it doesn't actually work all that good. I suppose I should go back and make sure that it's... Okay, that does reset. And I just force a page reload to get rid of the state information there. So either I need to do manual pagination, or I think really the easier interface is going to be sort of an interactive search, which might... Well, maybe I can get some HTML event things that going into ports to get interactive typing. I think typing works in the embedded view. Maybe there's not a good cursor there, but you can actually do it. So I might keep this list and then just filter this list based on the input. And that will allow us to reuse some of this stuff. So, manage view. We've got a title. I could probably even put it on the headline, really. Might make it a larger input box, but that's fine. Well, that's going to turn this into a list. We've got an input for channel name. Ooh. Probably want, well, there's a text there, so just add a little space to it. All right, ID. With default, no placeholder. This is not change. Maybe it's the ordinary on change. On, that's mouse. Submit. Custom. Oh, okay. Oh, on input, that's what we want. And hello, Steve O'Lime. Oh, that's weird. Ah, okay, that's what that is. Chat is showing an extra icon by you. And now I can actually make out what that icon derives from. Nope, actually it's not Turbo. It is Frankerface's supporter, which is not in the actual Twitch interface. But thankfully they have hover text here. On input. I actually need to find a message for this, don't I? Well, I guess I don't have to do it yet. Ah, okay. And this will take a little bit to get in her first error. I'll push it down. Okay, so that's a reasonable for a quick and dirty manage thing. So now we need to have a message. Filter string. Clip filter. Oh, we have to import the on input. We're using all of these. Yes, cool. And yeah, we're still using that. That seems like a very poorly. Yep, and I'm going to complain about the input. In our main app, since we've got that as a possible case for our update function. So I have this little app, and I've kind of got it dumbed down right now. Which, when I go on break and whatnot, then I will show, well, I start with my clips just because I know I'll have some. And then it will also go into people hosting me and show off some of their stuff. That was the Discord little jump in.
Shout at me when that's gone.
And then, yeah, then we'll start going into other people and showing off their clips. People get a little bit more than just a thanks. They actually get to see what kind of games they play and how they work. So the problem is that occasionally, I, for instance, have the mature flag off on my channel. So sometimes you get, oftentimes the things that get clipped are the kinds of things that will make people swear. So I try to exclude those. This isn't going to have any recents right now. Oh, yeah, okay, there's one. So in the main view, I've got current clip and recent clips. And then I made this thing, but I found out that when this embedded browser in OBS, you can't actually scroll the view. So I want to put in a sort of interactive search when I've identified a problematic clip that was like sometime in history. So I can go in and take that out of the rotation. Alright, show manage. That's a little bit too involved. Might be closer to this one. Yeah. Well, and the other problem is, and this is particular, the ones that I kind of get after the fact, is that kind of for other and no longer relevant reasons, I started restreaming to YouTube, and it's kind of nice to have archival stuff there, but YouTube is a lot stricter about the content ID, and a lot of the clips have background music that falls afoul of that. So I've got a list of a couple of those that I just haven't run across since. Or noticed, because I'm often doing that when I'm on breaking away. This kind of thing is often a query. But oh, what do you know? We're actually going to have to go do something to store this so we can use it. All right. So, well, we had the showing down here. I guess it kind of goes along with that. This is not a generic clip filter, but This might in fact just be a quick string at this level. So this is actually super simple. So that no, because I still have to still have to assign it in the init. Mod in a chat window. Do you mean like a Twitch chat? Or like a history of things people in game have said? Yeah, blank should be fine. Oops, didn't like something there. Oh, and I'd move this off the bottom. Hosting clips. Clip filter. Clip filter string. Clip filter string. What doesn't like? Oh, nope, success. Okay, that was the previous error message. What I wanted to do was that when we draw our view, and Steven, thank you for the follow. Glad you like watching me lose track of error messages. No, this view in the clip filter. So in-game chat of the last minute. I don't know if the game itself stores that, so you might have to save it yourself. But I mean, if you look at like One Life Plus, he's got that whole family thing up in the corner, so it should be pretty similar to that in terms of drawing some text, or to the tooltip thing. You know, it's a box with some lines. You might have to search through the paper images or do a little image editing to expand one. I know there was a notebook paper image that I was trying to use for the name generator for a while. It was just kind of too big of a pain to line up HTML text with it, but that might be okay. Kind of background, just kind of crop it off at the bottom and print some recent chat lines over it. I do occasionally miss things, so I can sort of understand that. But yeah, you might have to keep the chat state. I'm not sure. And Distarl, welcome. Thank you for the follow. Did I? Okay, cool. If you can't find storage of recent chats, you may have to add that yourself. So for client scene, that could probably just be a global array. And then you'd have to do some drawing, which is just kind of poking around, figuring out where the game draws text, and iterating over the lines, drawing them over some kind of background. And then if you wanted to control, last minute, you'd have to, if you're keeping it yourself, you'd have to keep timestamps in order to sort of expire those. Oh, do you mean chat restrictions by age? Do you mean being able to make out baby speak? Yeah, that's something that's pretty impossible for me too. So actually, keeping recent statements by a single player on one line would kind of work around that, but just having a list of lines to make it easier to read that. So we want to add this value in here. Since it's the same value we're typing, that's probably going to be okay. Chat bubbles above each other. Oh, do you mean modding the chat bubble to keep recent speech? To specifically address the baby issue? Well, in that case, you might have to keep depending on how the game's storing it, you might have to keep stuff in the per player record, which I think is live object. If it only has the most recent statement, then you'd have to either add an array or mod that to be an array, which would probably be a little bit harder to maintain versus changes, so I might edge towards adding an array in that case. Then you have to modify the drawing code to add all that together. All right, so is this tolerable to type? Seems to be. Although I guess I don't need to have proof that the input is firing, but we now have model.clip cache. Values sort by cat map, sort by clip ID. I suppose we want to filter as soon as possible. And the list filter methods available to us. Filter map. Keep elements satisfied. Yes, that's fine. Clip, where clip.id. Oh, and now here's where I don't do string matching enough. I think I'm going to be fine with simple substring match, which there should be a thing for. Building and splitting. Size, check for substrings. Contains. Not filter map, I was copying cat map. Clip.id, second string contains the first one. That works. String dot contains model dot clip filter. excluded. So we got some syntax messed up here somewhere. Is it entirely on this line? Or did I type some random thing somewhere else? It's entirely on that line. Filter is a to bool, list A to list A. Okay. So why is this messing up? Oh, capital C. Auto put the wrong one. Okay. Okay. Case sensitive is probably fine for this. I mean, I could do a case, down case on everything, but that does actually give you a little bit better control over where in these terms we're matching. So now the double check. Oh, you know what I guess I could do? I could do is actually have an explanation of what that thing is for. Not that I've really done a whole lot of anything for usability on this, but that's pretty good for this. So this might solve my immediate problem here. Now, what happened last week is I did this. It's like, well, that was kind of what I wanted to do, and I do have a second project, but I think I may want to try publishing this real quick. Well, you know what I can do? I can probably, since this is just localhost, let's get different local storage. Well, it's going to be localhost, but I can see if it actually works. Hosting clips test. Okay, there. Okay, it's still downloading stuff, and not necessarily a whole lot, but it does actually seem to be usable in here. Oh, well that's weird. We're having the background color problem again. I thought I actually fixed that. Maybe it's just refresh cache? Okay. Weird. And I actually had, yeah, shut down when not visible. Okay. So that should actually work in OBS. That actually turned out to be not too bad. I mean, thankfully we're not doing huge lists here, so it's not like we have any big performance issues. A lot of times if you're doing this kind of search, it might be a huge number of things. Might have to be more clever about it. Filter, manage clips, since we cannot scroll in OBS browser. All right, so new topic. It looks like, I saw something in one of the Twitch dev streams that they have actually created a lower requirement path for non-monetized extensions where you don't have to do all the payment sign-up stuff. So we're going to turn this over to Twitch panel extension. No possible without full sign up. Update that. I need to also update that. Okay, so let's see. There is one thing on here. That I don't want to show off, but I am able to get to a screen where we can fill in all of this stuff. Name, summary, we can actually do... And I'm probably going to have to update the developer rig. So let's close that. Let's get some of this stuff switched over. Schedule from videos. We did have extension whip, but where do we leave it? No. Well, actually, I have to check where we have to run things to get this, but... Duh. And then I want to look at GUI branch history. Okay, so the extension whip has been pretty much on main line. In fact, I would basically call that merged at this point. So yeah, we should be able to keep moving. Well, I haven't done any extension stuff since Elm 19. So we might still have a few things to deal with from there. Do we have any notes about this? No, nothing relevant there. Okay. Now what I had done was switch X'd. Hmm. Was that an offsite? Twitch extensions. Yeah, okay, so this actually wasn't, because of the way they did this, it wasn't actually here. So I may have had to move this into this directory. But I had filled some of this stuff out. So dummy ID. Panel, developer rig, summary. And unfortunately, description, I'm afraid that might scroll down and show off an email address here. Nope, that didn't copy. Author name. We did not have a support email previously defined because it wasn't actually a thing. I'm not going to worry about a logo yet. That's something we can add later. All right, local test. That would be panel viewer path, configuration path. I don't even know if I have a configuration path. All right, so now we need to update developer rig. Status, ooh. That's probably either, was that modified? That's modified. And then config.json is an untracked file, so it shouldn't be. Okay. Shouldn't be overwritten. Now run list, I think that might be stuff that the GUI controls, so we'll open it up and relog in and get the GUI. So that's Let's see if it'll work with changes. Okay, now I need to double check my directions for the current quick start. Oh, we've got a run command, which I might actually want to dig into here a bit. Yeah, it's still running multiple things. And it picked this other browser. It wouldn't hurt to take a quick peek at it first. And I do in fact need to sign in. Oh, it appears to have remembered that somehow. Might be the run list. All right, extension views. Dev rig configuration. All right, so let me look at developer. Version assets, version details. No chat capabilities. No configuration. Okay. Settings. Okay, so there doesn't seem to be a way to download the profile. Okay, so there's versions. Yeah, so I'm not seeing anything in here that actually lets me download a copy of that profile thing that they're hosting. And this is probably kind of done here, so we should probably get these into this window. Oop, that didn't work. That's going to be replaced. So dev rig configuration. So I think we just copy paste. Is that how this works? Oh, this might not be a writable. Oh, right, because we have to do special things to copy. That's a little bit too much all. Can we even edit this? Oh, no, I'm not getting a... Yeah, I'm not getting a cursor. So maybe we have to do that elsewhere. Or maybe I have to get into... the fancy pants bit of this. These are views. Yeah, we're not doing anything yet. So this is where we have to get into all of this stuff. Describe it so you get you from nothing to hello world. So docs. I think I actually have to run some of these. The funny thing is, it might actually be a little bit closer to this just because we're using the Git shell, but clone the rig, download a zip. Already installed. Of no effect. Install, configure. All right, well, run should have done that. So we're set up. Yeah, make sure we have the prerequisites. Configure. Yarn install. Hello world extension. Yarn extension and my extension. We may have created a new one of those. Maybe not. Well, this one's from today. I'm not sure what did that. Clone the hello world. Different directory. CD npm install, because they use that stuff. They set up a local host rig.twitch.tv. Probably already existed from before. That probably already existed before. Yarn create manifest. We created that. Okay, so yarn host this directory at this stuff. Public folder. So my extension public. Oh, and then back end gets the JSON file. And this is, well, no, this is my extension services, so it doesn't even, do I even need the JSON file for what I'm doing? Ah, no, the developer rig yarn start panel JSON. All right, so here's, I probably need to make a shorthand for this. So we think, oh, did I make bins for this? Bin monitor, no. So that is you. CD my extension. Developer rig, my extension, backend, yarn host. So this is doing this in the extension directory. And I guess this would be fine for here. PWD, developer rig, CD, PWD, whatever. So this would be schedule from videos. We do not have a backend service. Okay, developer rig. Oops. Oops. We want these to be quotes. Back quotes. Ooh, speaking of back quotes. And this is going to be schedule from videos, JSON. All right, so I think this is what we need. So you're not happy about something. This is node host.js. Okay. Oh. Well, we'll have to sort this out as we go, I guess. Cross env. Alright, so we're going to need a few... Well, I might not need Elm Reactor here, because they're going to provide the web host, and we're really just using it as a web host. So we think yarn, that's what yarn host does. And that's just hosted directory. So it might not care about it being a relative path. We'll have to see. Is this not in documents? Yes. So yarn host -d. So we are developer rig, Twitch extensions, offsite, documents, schedule from videos, public, -p 8080 -l. Okay. Then I think we need a new one. All right, we've already got. Well, we've got our Git prompt. Developer rig. Yarn start -l. Yes, down here. So from videos.json. This was the console. We started a new one. Okay. We got some of our stuff. This, however, is not running. Connection was reset. Oh, it tried to get something. Now, is this on localhost or am I looking at localhost.rig? Yeah. I mean, it's just a redirect to localhost, but maybe it's checking it. Connection was reset. Oh, it's actually HTTPS. Okay. Ooh. Okay, not found favicon. That's fine. Did we get anything here? Ooh. Oh no, transferred cached. Now, panel is waiting for some Twitch events. Ooh, okay. Maybe I've got an error I haven't taken care of here. Or maybe this is a Firefox versus Chrome thing? After argument list. Maybe we not... Oh, this code may not have been tested since we did the 19 upgrade. Okay, yep. And I may not have added the extra... No, let's get text width. So I have to fix something with that. Now, is this specific to Twitch stuff? No, this is... Why are you not working? Would have been index HTML and the normal one. Oh, because I probably had to copy this stuff too. No, there it is. No, because I even went to that code. Why are you not working? Does this not work in Firefox in general? Oh, this doesn't work in Firefox in general. Well, let's just do a quick check on that. Well, that's actually like a bigger issue in and of itself. Yep, that's a Firefox thing. So that actually, well, I mean, I guess I'm working on Twitch extension. I can try to get that working. It just, this has to be fixed. It looks awful. Do I have a notes? Text measurement not working in Firefox. And these commands did hold up, good. All right, so we brought this up. We probably need to be in the developer rig to get this stuff. Aha! Okay. And this is different, but still wrong. Now, I'm not getting a channel ID. Can we... Inspect element? Can we get into your debugger? User ID. I mean, we don't need user ID. Context. I've forgotten what the information in each of these was. Oh, this is my stuff. And then for Twitch, can I even see what we were getting here? You were our compiler. Ooh. Okay, got different size parameters that time. Interesting. Okay, context, viewer. Oh, this is logged out. Well, I mean, that's fine. We need channel. fields. Oh, channel ID is okay. How do we configure mock responses? Oh, that's right. Okay, that was the light and the dark. Channel ID. So that's not fetching anything, and the size is wrong. Now it's possible I have to refresh some of the tokens and stuff. No, we need to be in the dev rig. You're sort of in that tree. Okay, that's run list. So the client ID might have changed. The token might have changed. Let's see if any of that's here. Okay, so it seems to have maintained that. Oh, no, I loaded this. I told it to load from this config file, so ID is going to be the same. Token and user ID. Where do we get those from? We also have to figure out what's wrong with the window sizing, which might be a Elm 19 change that changed how they do that. I'm using Elm. That's if you might not know that language, but that's why it's in the title. I know there's a lot of language. I just ran across somebody using something called Pike today. I didn't know what it was. So I might have to do something to deal with how this works. Uh, I don't know that one, sorry. I guess I could just go look up O&M. No, none of those look likely. Unless you're part of the Order of the Nefarious Mass. Alright, so I need to look up how do I do API calls in the rig. Oh, maybe that's online mode? Make calls to pub/sub, EBS. Extensions, messages. pub sub. Oh, API host. That's interesting. Okay, there is some stuff for alternate API hosts here, but the dummy API, what would that even return? And I don't think that would be... How would that pass it to me? Localhost rig. I'm getting a little buzzed. I think I need to twiddle my speaker cable. I probably need to rearrange that so that the cable I can bump with my foot doesn't bump the speaker cable. Alright, so how do... That's pub sub. How do we make Twitch API calls? Twitch users. An API call to the Twitch users endpoint to retrieve an owner's user ID. This has not been done yet in the Hello World repository. Ext owner ID is ext owner name. To production APIs and hosted assets or first require of the extensions developer onboarding. I wonder if that's up to date. Now, since they don't require as much onboarding, I might be able to use online mode. Mock version of the APIs. Local mode. Getting started in online mode. Developer rig. Install configure. Install the stuff. Here an install, extension, npm install. Set up the hosts, set up the SSL. Visit extensions, create extension, we did that. Internal manifest. First, it's front end directory. Host the front end extension. Okay, this is not say -L. And run these commands to host, that's backend. Client ID, version, rig, owner name, to config.json. which I might already have. Don't say, is client ID here? Your Twitch user ID. Overview tab of your extension. Okay, client ID is overview tab of your extension. This is versions. Overview. Well, I should be a little bit careful here. Overview, project info, client ID. That's probably public-ish. All right, path to developer rig, config.json. That has a client ID, but it is not this client ID. Now they say channel should be rig, but I actually want... Well, maybe they do some indirection there. Windows Online. Rig. We'll see what happens with it. Config. All right, close the config file. Okay. Yarn start config.json. That's for the color update thing. Create an extension chart. You may not change. You start using a channel. Clear the local storage of the developer rig. Okay, well that could actually be an issue. But that makes me even less willing to try rig. Although I may still have to clear the local storage because of previous experiments. Okay, so the big thing here seems to be when we did this. No. Oh, I moved you over here. This had a -L on it. Rig Twitch rig. Trigger. Undefined has no properties. What? Virtual DOM. Oh, this is all compiled stuff. So this is actually, well, it might be a bug in Elm due to the environment. Let's, oh wait, load it up here. So you don't have any problems, other than the terrible alignment. Yeah, so this is something about being in an iframe that it does not like. Um, browser document. Browser request animation frame. Unfortunately, I can't easily tell which end is the top of the stack here. I'll update if needed. Browser request animation frame. Browser document. It seemed to highlight that. Virtual DOM node apply patches. Oh, okay, so this is the calling down. So the actual error is here? We might be past that. Undefined has no properties. Okay, that's the call stack. Where is... I don't just get local stuff, huh? Undefined. DOM node body. Node list 5. Uh... And then we have to restart. Oh, now that's unavailable. DOM node undefined. Ooh. Okay, so now we can actually get... You're getting past an undefined from child nodes J. Sure enough, DOM node, child nodes, 1, 2, 3, J4? Hmm? Why do you think you can do this? J equals 0 is V kids. So V node E has length 5. Dom node does not. Add dom node's help. We're in dom node's help. Index low, patch type, patch type, patch type. $167, $160. Patch type is undefined. Yet, patch dollar is, well, because this is local to here. But it was patch type 4. This is some crazy stuff. So why does it think it can go to... Oh. Wait. What? Oh yeah, you just got all kinds of bad stuff because one step up, we went child node 0, 1, 2, index 4, and I don't see anything in here to short circuit on dom node null or undefined. Okay. I don't know if this is actually a problem. Or if it's just noise. Alright, let me see what our... well, we know what our context is a little bit. Oh, and debugger, pause on exceptions, go. We sent updated stuff. Channel ID is, I think, the only thing we care about. Uncontext, unauthorized. We got the theme. Unauthorized. We want... Okay, yeah. Channel ID. Now I might also be Localhost, localhost, localhost. Let's refresh this. Let everything get started up. Clear. Where, ah. Okay. We are not getting to the point of sending a request. Bin, monitor. Let's see if we can get the debugger in here. Is it debugger or is it debug? Debug. This only needs to reload you. I don't know how well this is going to work because I usually try to open up another window. Yeah, I can't actually use this in an iframe. All right, back to classic debugging. Schedule from videos. When we get an on-auth, if it looks like an integer, that's that channel ID, that's that channel ID. Well, that's really all we care about. What the? Did I get, like... No. Did I get into caps lock? No. Okay. Let me just compile again. Console. Okay, let's look at channel ID. Do I have to do something to inspect this frame? Oh, wait. And then it works? What? What? And it's sizing correctly. And we don't seem to be doing errors anymore. What? So is this like a startup in iframe problem? Oh, okay, so size is a startup in iframe problem. And that appears to bork Elm pretty hard. And then it's not borked. And we can actually make requests. So this appears to be a problem in Elm 19 getting Window size in iframes. On top of the problem with getting text width in Firefox. And that's scrolls. This is actually okay. Okay. So is that the only thing we have to do? For let's see, so window size. What are we doing for window size? Window size is an on resize. dom.getViewport it's either failing or getting bad data the first time through. So that's trying to map that. It should be, we turned it into a tuple, so it should be a single value. So on first load, we don't get that at all. Yeah, so window size. Right, we gave it arbitrary sizes for a... For a Twitch panel, we could probably do more reasonable defaults. And I'm not sure that this square is actually what the size would be. Project info, settings. Okay, that was the thing that was on the create page. Client configuration, OAuth redirect, image assets, stuff for later. Yeah, I'm not seeing any general, like, panel size settings. Oh, there is a panel height. Nothing about panel width. Although, presumably, it's 320. Default panel height is 300, which is probably fine for this. So we could actually just make our default window width that. Which helps with that part of it. But not with the fact that we got no... are we using that to trigger something? No, there's no command there. Oh, this is from Bootstrap. Set up outgoing port. Well, we'd actually have to pause on that, wouldn't we? Bootstrap 7. Oh! Right, because we don't have the content. Oh, I wonder if there's actually something with that. Since we don't have log, canvas, context, and context.font. Canvas, oh. So font is the thing. Context.font, params.font. Console.log, context. Measure text, is that a thing? Function measure text, 10 pixels, 1 pixel serif. Does it not like 1 pix? Did I bump caps lock? I actually do want to take that out and see if it's specifically unhappy with the 1 pix font. NS error failure. Now it's 9. Does that mean we are getting... Or maybe measure text needs different parameters? Yeah, it's just stopping there. Well, it is measure text text. I didn't really do what all of that was. Text sun. Okay, Mozilla Developer Network. Measure text text. A text metrics object. And this is exactly ns underscore error. That is not canvas. JavaScript post. Animate foreign objects. Is it not able to do that in an iframe? Yeah, it's nothing related to that. Just use it to work around. Legal cross site. Name of the tag. Well, I might have to make my own post here. Because that should actually be the same thing. Well, okay, well, yeah, that one, text metrics width. What? Maybe the units are different? And I removed this thing. Okay. Oh, wait. Okay. So the issue with Firefox on text width is that they're rounding it to integers. So I can't use 1px to simply get the scale. I'm going to have to measure like 10 or 100 and then divide it. I am sending back that. But we do need to know context font. Well, alright. Have we done anything else? We did notes. We did console logs. We did debugging. We changed our default window width to work with extensions. We should probably still figure out, I mean, the fact that that's not working, we're occasionally getting errors, might mean that we have to percolate to Elm. Okay, so we just don't commit Bootstrap. We commit notes. We don't. Well, we do have to commit Bootstrap because there was a major syntax error there. And the viewport. And I guess for notes of outstanding problems, window size not received on first load in iframe Twitch dev rig. But that's probably going to be the same kind of, it'll be in an iframe on an actual Twitch site panel. I might be able to work around that by simply requesting the size manually. I'm doing it on a knit. Maybe I should wait a little bit. Hit minus M. Actually, are we? Yes. We still have Exceptions from Elm on first load in iframe. Which is kind of the... It's like, this is solvable. This is... I don't know. Fix syntax error. Yeah. Error in panel bootstrap. Alright, text size is at least fixable. And we can just go back to the simpler case here. So unfortunately, since we've got a text font, what did I call it? Get text width. This specifies the font size. Well, this has to respond through a subscription, right? Measure text, text size. That's the only place that comes through. So we should handle the width adjustment here. So it's all at the same level. So for Firefox, we have to do a very, very large font. And then when we get text size, text width, we have to do width divided by 100 in order to get some precision. That's a little bit better. I'm going to have to go make that same patch to another project. But, notes. Fudge text measurement Firefox rounds returned width, or not really rounds. Well, maybe it rounds. I guess rounds. Unfortunately, that was the easy one. So this exception might actually be the cause of the window size stuff. And I'm not sure. Well, it's definitely a result of being in an iframe, because this one doesn't get it. And this is the panel one. Unless it's caused by... actually by this information coming in. Okay. We got... Wait. We're still getting an NS error here. So this is a separate issue that we're seeing here. And that appears to be forestalling the window size errors? Yeah, that's breaking something, all right. Well, I'm not printing out anything on that right now. Oh, because we're not actually receiving that. So is that in fact... Okay, so you're not bothered by that. Oh, and then actually that does trigger this stuff, huh? But that's on information received. Why are you failing? Well, we care if context exists, pretty much. Okay, canvas rendering context. Canvas. Now this is, well, client height, client width. I wonder if that's the issue. We replaced something here. Canvas dot width equals 320. Canvas dot height equals 300. We still get NS error failure. From context.font equals params.font. Hundred pics, text. Context appears to be valid. The width made no appreciable difference. Oh. Didn't improve this stuff at all. I wonder if we're sending this too soon. Measure text is being sent along with get viewport, which has been problematic, in our very, very initial startup. We don't... I'm not sure we currently have... What other messages do we receive here? Okay, bunch of stuff. Maybe I was focused somewhere weird. Message, current zone, current time. Tried to run this and it failed, but we didn't get NS error. Unauthorized. So in Twitch mode, oh wait. Yeah, it showed up here for some reason. But we're still sending it. We have no... I guess there's unauthorized. Unfortunately, we have two cases here. Well, this is one we do get. Oh, yeah, this. Oh. Why do you stop responding? Yeah, page is bust. Oh, because I left pause with exceptions on. Hasn't really... Oh. So on context... comes in before we've even run a init. And it actually... I wonder if that's a message order issue. or if that's actually happening in that order. Well, these things involve JavaScript, where we can actually get possibly some timing information. So on context, this is me profiling. No. Okay. What I really just want is the console commands. Browser console timing. Console.time. Start a timer. Well, I mean, what I really want is current time, and they're doing a redirect. Time end, time log. File it was previously console time. Non-standard, single mark, performance, or waterfall tool. Undefined. We're not making a profile. Oh no, it was just time and then time end. I guess I want multiple time ends in that case. Wait. Previously started console time. Label. The name of the timer to log to the console. So if at the very start we do console.time, and then we do console.context, time log, and context console.timelog. Now what it doesn't give me is the time to the window size, but Elm should be in control of that at least. Or the time to when an init is called. Oh, and you are frozen. I put pause. I turned off pause on exception, right? Right? But you're frozen. Maybe you remembered it was frozen? Okay. Undefined. Ooh, I messed something up here. Apparently. App ports that get text width is undefined. Right, because I commented it out. Get text width. Put this back for now because I couldn't find a good place to do it at the moment. And now we're back to our old errors. Okay, this time init did run first. Then we got our context. I wonder if that was an issue with like, leaving the breakpoint around. That's why we had all the weird out of order issues. Okay, but the only... Well, no, because current zone and current time are after init. Well, no, the responses to these are coming after those. Current zone we should only be asking for once. And we're getting context twice. Context and then a message on context. So might be able to use time.zone. Get a little bit of delay. And this is going to be a little bit easier to sneak a command.batch. And I guess actually we could do it like this. Right, so got the leading comma here. Arr? I noticed that Elm has become extremely persnickety about whitespace in ways that you would not expect in any other language. Such as it might care about the indentation of this. Possibly even that. Oh, now we're just an odd place. Yep. Elm's being persnickety about whitespace. Okay, so we're still getting NS error failure. And we're still not getting window size. We have a time.every. It's currently 60 seconds. Maybe I just haven't sat around long enough to see it? Yeah, okay. Um, let's try that one, because that will eventually happen and then be in a totally post-initialized state. Now, I should probably turn that timer down, actually, for testing purposes. Just that first time, we'll actually make the requests. We still got failure on text size. Which we're only seeing in the iframe. And it's been more than 10 seconds. So our timers are also not starting up because of this, apparently. So you are currently the thing that is making these apparently odd requests. Oh, but it's undefined. So we get a blank view, but our messages actually happen? What? Okay, so which of these then is stopping our messages from happening? Okay, there's a message. So it's this one. So that NS error in the port response appears to completely break Elm's processing loop. This is still happening very early in the page life cycle. I would need some way to say we only do this if like model.time is greater than 0. Okay, so the get viewport is not much. Well, we're still not getting a window size message. Actually, if we just want to delete all this stuff. If model.time equals time dot millis to POSIX 0, then do this. No, on 0, we do the no op. We then try to get to a state where we can do later updates. And see if this stuff at a later time works. Okay, on test, on a, hey, window size. But a bunch of DOM node errors. Yeah, add DOM node. But if we go in here and reload frame, window size, do I actually need to delay Elm init? Set timeout, function of all this. Da -ba -da -ba -ba -da. 1 second. On 1000. Nope, there's Elm starting up. Get text with undefined. Okay, sure. Init. On 1000. Still NSR error failure. What if we reload the frame? Suddenly everything's hunky-dory. I may have to start asking around in Elmland for this one. Because I'm pretty well stumped now. Gracefully. 404. Outside. Yeah, this is not useful. Have we made any progress here? We tried set timeout. We have not had any luck with set timeout. Debug message, change our time. We have made no progress. Well, other than fixing font width on Firefox. Which also has to do a trivial change in another app. Which is, literally just 100 divided by 100 again. Is it possible I'm not waiting long enough? Because, I mean, who knows how long it takes the dev rig to get going. 1000, 1000. Okay, there's Elm starting up. And it's... Okay, so that comes up like right away. We need Twitch X'd. Ooh, and this is going to be annoying. Having to switch this. To define the things that, well, that Bootstrap is going to call. Wow. Nope. Right, we were delaying it. Still NS error. So I guess the other thing that I could try doing, well, yeah, there's that. So this is a super basic page. So we're gonna have basically no script. iframe. Oh man, I never do iframes. Well, let's wait a minute. Oh, this is going into the iframe. iframe. Well, there's some classes on here, but it is source. Oh, there's an extension frame, which has another iframe. Oh, and some sandbox stuff. Okay. Source equals panel.html. Actually, how much of this can I copy? That's actually not too bad. The encoding might be appropriate here. No, actually it's not. That's an actual URL. Oh. Okay, so we don't have any of the JavaScript triggers here. And it's fine. So this isn't just iframe. This is something peculiar to the dev rig. Now we're probably missing some style stuff. I have too many windows. Localhost. It's the frame. It's the live site. Elm stuff. Also, this is actually in a double iframe. Does this appear as straight up HTML anywhere in the dev rig? Oh, there's extension frame. Coordinator URL. Oh, that actually runs script that creates the iframe. Wasn't that fun? Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's 3 iframes. Oh, man. To a supervisor, which has the real iframe. I think. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if this is an Elm thing or a DevRig thing. Also, I don't know. What frame am I looking at? Okay, so it is in fact clicking on my internal panel, which is fine. It doesn't have all that stuff around it. And I don't know if this will work. Yeah, I don't have a frame options here. To show only this iframe. We have this frame. But you're the same dimensions, so I can't, like, get to you. I mean, there has to be some code saying what to load, right? No, actually, that's right. Okay. Yeah, it needs something to get it going. All right, so our immediate error right now, in its current state, is NS error failure attempting to do anything with the canvas properties. And we reload and it's fine. Sleep, step, and queue, loop. Current subs value. I don't know. I don't know. I think it's time to go eat lunch and then see if anybody's encountered anything like this. Thanks for watching. Thanks to Destructively Phased, Ruffalo's, Catnox, Dead Mix Games, Haskin TV, Duncan Lakes, Jeremias Leopard, Usrat Gaming, and Gamer Siren for hosting me. If you're looking for any place to hang out. Also, this is about what time to stream. I've gone a little bit late today. Oh, my time is still way down, but that's fine. Oh, yeah, I guess it is getting on towards 1300 there, isn't it? What do we have? All right. Don't have a good schedule for him, but if you don't mind, well, there was loud music last time I was here. If you don't mind that, the only one is doing some coding as well. Says he's working on a playlist scoreboard stats. So if you're looking for someplace cool to hang out, that's someplace cool to hang out. Thanks for hanging out with me, and until next time.